Hello friends, I'm Akash and this is your News of the Week for the week of September 3rd to September 9th, 2023. I'm Akash Rakoti and a hearty welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's take a look at our first story of the week, and it is some big news. A devastating earthquake around the city of Marrakesh in Morocco has killed over 1,300 people, becoming one of the worst earthquakes of the 21st century. The earthquake hit on September 8th with a moment magnitude of 6.9, and it destroyed hundreds, if not thousands, of structures and residential buildings, including parts of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The earthquake was felt in nearby Algeria, as well as Spain and Portugal to the north. The Moroccan government has so far reported 1,800 people as injured, and there's a very high possibility that the death toll is going to increase even more as a result. This is an extremely dangerous event, and many other nations have offered their support to Morocco to help the people of Morocco during these tough times. So, let's take a look at our next story of the week. The G20 Summit between the Group of 20 economically developed nations is taking place in New Delhi, India this weekend. The G20 is comprised of Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, the United Kingdom, and the United States, alongside the European Union and the African Union. India, as the host nation, made the choice to use the Sanskrit endonym Bharat instead of the anglicized exonym India when referring to itself. And this is really interesting because A, this is the first time India has ever used the name Bharat in English language text in an international setting, and B, the Indian Parliament is currently planning on holding a vote to change the name of the country from India to Bharat. Whether this will happen, we don't know, but it's definitely a really interesting thing to note. Now, coming to the actual G20 summit itself, one of the biggest topics was, of course, the Russia-Ukraine war. And instead of a condemnation as seen at the previous Group of 7 summit, this G20 summit involved a call for peace instead. This is likely because Russia is in G20 alongside Russian ally China. And despite the lack of Russian or Chinese delegations at G20, they have more or less been unable to condemn Russia for the war because Russia is part of G20. And things are definitely going to be different if Russia or China decide to leave G20 as a result. But let's take a look at our last story of the week. The men's finals of the US Open Tennis Grand Slam will be taking place on September 10th at the famed Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York City between current world number 2 Novak Djokovic and world number 3 Daniil Medvedev. Djokovic has earned the most Grand Slams of any male tennis player in history, 23, and he's looking to make it 24 this year at the US Open. American player Ben Shelton was decisively defeated by Djokovic in the semifinals, which allowed Djokovic to make it to the finals and potentially continue his record. Current world number 1 and reigning Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz lost to Daniil Medvedev in the semifinals, setting the stage for the 15th match ever played between Medvedev and Djokovic. Now, when it comes to women's singles, with the match between current women's world number 4 Coco Gauff of the USA and world number 2 Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus, the eventual victor was world number 4 Gauff, able to secure her first victory at any Grand Slam ever. That is all of your news of the week for the week of September 3rd to September 9th, 2023. Thanks so much for watching. Love you, Akash.